Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Alana and I am Mrs.SmithStitches here on Flosstube as well as on Instagram. And thank you so much for joining me today. Today is going to be a Stitch North recap slash haul slash a little bit of everything. I was able to attend weekend 2 of Stitch North. So we came back, today is Monday, May the 6th. So I've been back for about a week. This is try number 3 to do this video. So it's been a great morning. It's actually afternoon now. So I had started bright and early, like 9 a.m. and had recorded and then realized that the camera, I had started, someone called me, I record on my phone, I had to stop. And then I didn't realize it stopped the phone. Like I declined the call and didn't realize it stopped recording and I had kept going anyway. And then I tried again a little bit later and I didn't know my grandson and my daughter were coming by today. And so all you can hear, like I got halfway through and like you can hear him screaming in the background, like happy screaming, not sad screaming. But anyway, and I was going to attempt to splice the, like try to pick up where I left off, but to be completely honest with you, I don't know where I left off and it's now hours later. So anyway, long story short, we're starting the video again. My daughter has she was meeting friends, so they've gone out for lunch and a little trip to the park. I am going to try to do this video and then run out and get all my errands done that I thought I was getting done this morning and that I didn't get done, but it's all good. It is a beautiful sunny day. I know there's some glare in my glasses. I will apologize for that. It's just no way around without me filming without my glasses. So not in this room anyway. Okay, so I hope you all have had a great couple of weeks. It's been about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks since I have filmed. I do have quite a bit to show you. I got a decent amount of stitching done at the retreat. The retreat was absolutely spectacularly fantastic, wonderful. I had the best time. I met the best people. It was wonderful, honestly. Like I've never done a retreat before. And it was it was wonderful. I have already signed up for weekend 2 next year. So I think it's May 2nd and 3rd, 4th, maybe. First weekend in May. That was at noon today. So I actually managed to log in. I had set myself an alarm and logged in and got in. So yay, we'll be there next year. I was very warmly welcomed by Table 12 this year. So that table consisted of Joanna and her sister Christine, Sue, Caitlin, who does have a floss tube. Her floss tube is Cats and Horror and Stitches Oh My. I will write that down. I will link the floss tube. And Dr. K, who we call her, they were all at the same table last year. So they were all, I don't know what table number they were last year, but they were all at a table last year together, and they sort of adopted me and Nancy, who was another new to Stitch North person. So that was super fun. We had a fantastic time. They were so sweet. I was able to meet so many other people. I met lots of Flosstubers, so the Gable Stitcher, X-Stitch MD, the New Hampshire Stitcher, Frizzy Lizzy Stitches, Elizabeth Zane Can Stitch, what is her channel? Julie. It's a Kansas City girl in a Colorado world, I want to say. I always get them mixed up. I forget if she's in Kansas or Colorado. It was awesome. I'm sure there's more that I'm absolutely forgetting, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten. I met a ton of people that are subscribers to my channel who came up to me, and they were so, so sweet and so lovely. It was really nice to meet them. I was able to meet my friend Amanda in person, who I hadn't met in person before, so that was fantastic. And then I was, of course, able to meet Caroline of Evertotes and Off the Grid Needle Arts and the entire crew, Carrie from Roxy Floss Co. They did a spectacular job. I can only imagine how much work it is to pull that off 2 weekends in a row, and they're doing it again in October. It was amazing. It really was. The door prizes were fantastic. The whole thing ran incredibly smoothly. Like I've never been, but the sheer amount of people, the amount of vendors, it was absolutely fantastic. Like it ran like beautifully. And they are doing it in October. They are having an October retreat. There is still spaces I'm not 100% sure of the time. I won't be able to be at the October retreat, but I am going to go back for weekend 2 of Stitch North next year, which is super exciting. Okay, so I think I'm going to sort of jump right into some of the things that I made to take with me to the retreat, and some of the swag bag and some table gifts, and then I'll go into some of the stuff that I purchased and my whips and my plans and my new starts and all sorts of stuff. So I'm just sort of going to jump right in. I am going to apologize if the swag bag stuff, I didn't keep everything together. So when I left, I like condensed. And so some of the stuff that maybe swag bag and maybe table gifts may have gotten mixed up a little bit, but we're going to go with it. So the first thing that I made to take with me at the retreat was a retreat mat. And so this is what I made as a retreat mat, just a small one. It has the Stitch North, what's it called? Oh, what is that? It's oh, I've done this video too many times now. I have no idea what I'm saying anymore. Needle minder. It's the needle minder for Stitch North 2024. Let's see, can I get a good price look of it? There we go. So I got this idea off of Facebook, and I'm going to apologize because I don't remember where I saw this, but they were talking retreat mats, and I had really wanted to make one. And I know that Jess Sweetwater Stitcher has a pattern on her vlog, or on her blog, I'm sorry, to make one. And I looked into it and I just didn't do it. Honestly, I didn't have time. And just before I left, I saw this on a Facebook group, and she had said, the lady that makes them had said she prefers like a longer one instead of a wider one, because on the round tables, you have more space this way, which I thought was great. And what she does is she takes a dish drawing mat from the dollar store, so from Dollar Tree, and she just quilts fabric on either side and makes pockets. Now hers was really beautiful and had pockets in it. She had put like a thread bed. Like hers were very lovely and beautiful, and mine are very quickly done, and I'm a beginner, so we're gonna go with it. So I thought that was a great idea. So like the day before, like I think it was the Wednesday, it might have been the Tuesday, I left on the Thursday, I ran into our Dollar Tree, and sure enough, they had these. And I thought, you know what? I have fabric, and I literally just placed two together. I quilted it like just like this, because I'm not very great with quilting. I made a little pocket, which to be fair, I'm pretty impressed with myself, honestly. Like it's an actual pocket. Like I made that. For me, that's very good. And it's great. And honestly, it was so cheap. Like the thing was $1.50. This was leftovers of a fat quarter. All three were leftovers of a fat quarter that I had made something else with. Like crazy cheap. Like you couldn't beat it. And then it all folds up, because that's how it's meant to be. Now the lady that had done them online, she had like a beautiful little button and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't do any of that, to be honest. I made this very, very, very quick, but honestly, it was perfect. It really was exactly what I needed just to lay down in front of me. There were some beautiful, beautiful stitch mats, absolutely. And this one is just a quick and easy, though. If you're looking for something, you don't really care if it gets spilt anything on, you just throw it in the wash. Like it was really, really inexpensive to make. So that was the first thing. Actually, technically that was the second thing I made, but it matches this. This is the fabric. So I did do one of little jewelry boxes. So I did get this idea. Now I know I bet last summer, a lot of these were going around. And so I followed Annie, the Proper Stitcher. I ordered the exact same box that she has, actually in the same color. And this is what I've got stuff in it. How many videos have you done today, Alana? And this is sort of what I did. Now, I did not take everything out. I just took out these two, and then I left this because I kind of liked that it closed, and that's where my scissors are. And all I did was rip this out, cut a piece of cardboard, put some batting on it, and cover it, and I glued it. Now, I know a lot of people will do like rick-rack and that kind of stuff. I didn't do that. But man, was it ever easy to make. Like it was super, super, super simple. I've really been putting it off. Now I know I've watched, the Colorado Cross Stitcher has a beautiful tutorial, and they rip the whole thing out and like redesign it. I wasn't going to do that. This perfectly fit my needles, my scissors, I've got my little chapstick in there. I have a few, scissor fobs that people gave me from Stitch North, which was really sweet. Let me see. There we go. And it fit everything I needed it to fit. And it was perfect. And I wouldn't probably do anything different to it. I have some needles up here. I have some floss cards that people had given me. Some needles, some lens wipes for my glasses, and just sort of assorted. I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's cute. The thing with the retreats, which I found really interesting, is like people just like they just drop by and like drop stuff at the table. So like we could have been out like shopping, and you come back and there's all these little things that people have dropped off, which I think is really sweet. I thought that was great. Anyway, so that held all my sort of bits and bobs, and my scissors, which is really what, and my glasses. I put my clip-on glasses in there as well. And I thought that was great. I think these are about 20 bucks off of Amazon. I can try to link this exact one, but if you just search travel jewelry box, they have all kinds. So yeah, that was fantastic. So I think that's sort of what I made to take to Stitch North. That's what I sort of made that I wanted to have as my first retreat. I did end up buying a little lamp. I don't have it with me, which was silly. I should have. It was perfect. I needed a little something. I was surprised how like people brought like really big, which I think I probably would have needed more, but I just wasn't wanting to invest and honestly haul around something that big. So it was just a little table lamp. It was great. It was like 40 bucks off of Amazon. It was perfect. It was chargeable, which was fantastic. The one thing I will bring next year is like the charging, like the extra block, like a charging block. That's something I didn't have. So I was either borrowing my neighbor's, Nancy's, she had one, she had the same lamp. She's actually the one who told me about that particular lamp. Or I was going upstairs and charging it upstairs, which sort of defeated it a little bit. But next year I'll bring a block. That's one thing on my list. Okay. I feel like I'm rushing because I feel like I've already filmed this part like 5 times now. So I don't want to rush because you guys haven't seen all the other ones that I filmed. Today I started my first video this morning at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I was so good. I got up and like was ready to go. And I was like, this video is going to be chaos because my stuff is just everywhere. And I had no idea how much chaos was going to actually be by the time I got to filming this video at 1:30 in the afternoon, my 3rd time filming. Who knew? Who knew the chaos that was going to be today? Anyway, it's all good. We're just going to go with it. It's fine. Okay, I am going to jump into the table gifts, which were wonderful and lovely and awesome. And then I'm going to jump into the swag bag. And then I'll jump into some of the stuff that I bought and some of the stuff that I did. Okay, so table gifts. So my wonderful friend Joanne made these absolutely beautiful drawstring bags. They're so pretty. She made all kinds of different colors. And we were allowed to pick. I picked the pretty flowery one. It was so pretty. It's so beautiful. Like I'm so impressed by people's sewing abilities. It's gorgeous. And I sat with Joanne and her sister, whose name is Christine. And so Christine gave us these beautiful floss cards. And also this beautiful needle book. Look, it's so Canadian. It has a little maple leaf. And it has some little pins. It has little pockets. Like, it's so talented. Look at that. I love it. And my needle book actually fit really nicely in my little travel jewelry holder as well. I did have that in there with my needles, which was fantastic. And of course it does up in a little bow. Then, I didn't bring it. I still didn't bring it. Caitlin, who is, I always forget it. Cats and Horror and Cross Stitch Oh My is her channel. I'm going to link that. I think I've already said that. She was the only other person at the table that had a floss tube. She made these really, really, really cute scissor fobs, and it's already on my scissors and it's over there, and I'm not going to go get it because it's just not. We're just not. Okay. What else? Oh, and my friend Sue, who's so lovely. Now, this was all pretty, and I had a ribbon, and it had chocolates, and it had stuff in it, and all of that stuff is now, oh, there's the floss. So here's the pretty floss, and it had beautiful little chocolates, had all kinds of stuff in it. the chocolates are long gone, and so is everything else, because I actually want to leave that out because I'm going to forget that in there. But it was so sweet. And my friend Amanda, who I didn't end up sitting with her at the same table this year, she made these really sweet little tins, which I thought were so cute. And inside has, I'll show her card. She's Cavapoo and _ cross stitch on Instagram. She doesn't have YouTube either. And it had a cute little, look at these little itty bitty baby scissors. Look at them, they're so cute. And it had a little needle, and then a little needle threader and a little magnet inside. I thought that was such a great idea. I love it. I love that a lot of people had like little cards, which I thought was so cute. I've never thought to do that one day. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I will. Okay, now off the top of my head, I think that is it for table gifts and stuff. I could be wrong. I might come back to it. So I'm going to get into the swag bag stuff. So one of the first things that we got was some of the Roxy Floss Co. And now this is what, this will while you work. So it's this beautiful like tealy, bluey, pretty color. And we got a pattern to make our own name tag. We also got a Stitch North lanyard. And then the little case, like whatever you call that, to hold the badge holder, I guess, to hold it. And so that, I actually worked on that on the Saturday. No, on the Friday. That was the first thing we did. We came in Friday morning, we got our swag bags, and that was the first thing I did. Now you'll see I made a boo-boo. The A is supposed to come out one, like it does on this side, and I didn't notice it till the very end, and I just wasn't, I wasn't going to fix it. It just wasn't going to happen. So it's a little crooked A, but that's okay. I'm a little crooked. I'm a little lopsy, so it's fine. So we did do that. That literally took me like almost most of the day on Friday to stitch that. That is almost all of the stitching I did on that Friday. So I got there on the Thursday night. It was fantastic. And got instantly, Joanna was one of the first people that came out to me. She came right up to me and she's like, come sit with us. I was like, okay. So I literally went up to my room, dumped my stuff, and I went and sat, and everybody was stitching in the foyer. It was really fun. Like, it was like a really neat thing to see all these stitchers and like just like sitting in a hotel room. So we sat around that evening and stitched, went out to get some dinner at one point. And then first thing Friday morning, like there is like, I didn't realize how serious the tables are when you get there. So I came down, I think doors open at 8. I think I came down for maybe 7:45 to 7:45, 10 to 8. And there was a line of people waiting to get in. And so I was very lucky that Joanna sort of like scooched us a seat and was like, we got a seat for you. I was like, great, thanks. Because I didn't really know who I would sit with. Anyway, so it was fun. We get there. So on the Friday morning, you get there and all the vendors are set up and all the tables, and you get settled in, and Caroline does her little announcements. And that was the thing that I did. I decided I was going to stitch my name tag, and it took me the better part of that day to stitch my name tag, which is silly, but it did. But that's okay, because now I have one for every year. All right, other things included in our swag bag. Let's see what else I've got over here. I'm going to move it because, again, I've already gone through this once before. So let's see. Oh, hand dyed by Rolanda was there. So we have this beautiful, it is called Ruby Whisper. It is cotton floss. It's lovely, gorgeous. Rocky Mountain Needle Minders was there, and she gave us each this really sweet little needle minder. This is from the sewing shop. We each got a little, what do you call them? Like scissor fob, something to put on the back of your scissors. Pretty blue. Let's see if I can get the light to work. I don't know who dropped this off on the table, but they were on the table. I don't know if it came from, I don't know if it came in our swag bag or not, but it's very cute. Sheba Designs was there. She gave us each a beautiful pen, which was lovely. Nice to have. And these cute little 2024, can you see that? And a coupon, which I will be using. Gamma's Treasures was also there. She's so sweet. She did us each up a big thread bed. That was in our swag bag, but mine is already in use, so I'm sorry. I'm not going to show that. Kimat Design was one of the vendors as well, and they gave everybody an emery board and a set of tweezers, which was really handy. The tweezers went literally directly into my little case there. It was perfect. Okay, is that all? I feel like it's not. Oh, no, it's not. I've got all kinds of stuff here. There's Kim at Designs. I was like, that's not all. Shakespeare's Peddler gave everybody a full chart. So I got the antique bunnies in baskets, which I was very excited to get because I seem to be on a bit of a bunny kick. My last sort of order that I did had quite a few like bunny Easter stuff. So I thought that will go lovely with that. And Tiny Modernist. This was the gift that we got from her. What's it called? Always Time for Tea. Look how cute that is. Look at that little bunny. Her stuff is adorable. I love it. Then the Canadian Stitchery, not the, we got luggage tags. Now, I don't know if everybody got the same stuff, so I shouldn't say we. This is what I got. I'm not really sure if everybody got the same thing. If you follow, they're like the little wooden tags. And it looks like there's a pattern in there as well. I haven't opened it. If you follow Nikki the Canuck on Instagram, she already has finished hers. She was at weekend 1 and she finished it, which I thought was it's really cute. I'm going to do this up as soon as I get a chance. And then Texture's Treasures did the Celtic Bee, which was the Stitch North pattern. It has Stitch North up here. I liked that. And then Anne's Crafts, which is one of the vendors, she gave everybody the Trillium, which is the Ontario, it's the provincial flower for Ontario. My hair seems to be doing some stuff here. So I was outside with the baby. I looked prettier in the morning before I got all this stuff done. So this is pretty, the flower of Ontario. And then JVC came around to everybody's table. This was not part of our swag bag. And she had made up, it's for weekend 2. So if you look close, it has the dates. It's April 25th to 28th, 2024. In this little Quaker pattern, which I thought was great. Now, somebody has already stitched this. I saw it on Instagram. Now I'm not going to remember. But somebody had already stitched it and it was beautiful. It looked so, so, so good. So somebody had already stitched it up. Okay, I'm not sure if that was everything in the swag bag, but if I come across anything, I'm looking around because I've been pitching stuff. If I come across anything, I will include it for sure. There was a very, very, very sweet, I want to say young girl. I don't know how old she was, but to me, everybody's young, so it's fine. Her name is Kaylee. Her Instagram is Kaylee Cross Stitch, C-A-Y-L-E-E Cross Stitch. That's her Instagram. And she stitches 1/1 on 46 and 56 count. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's like, honestly, it's wild. She was doing a full coverage. She was doing a Heaven and Earth design 1/1 on 56 count. I've never seen anything like it. Was amazing. And she uses no magnification. She just said she needs just good lighting. That's how I know she's young. Because she just needs good lighting. And my eyes are old granny eyes and can't do that. But she is so lovely. Her stuff is like amazing. Honestly and truly amazing. She had little kits set up for people to take one if they wanted to try 1/1 on 46 or 56. So I did take one. I took a 46 count. She provides the needle. I don't know if you can see that. There we go, maybe. So it's a 46 count fabric, and she gives you the floss. So this is a Veriswa Surfine. I picked like a, here, I'll put it against the fabric because it'll be easier. I picked like a orangey, rusty kind of color. I don't know if that's, I don't know if the color's really showing up. I think my lighting, it's beautiful and sunny, but I think my lighting is a little bit off today. I don't know if you're getting the full effect. So if anybody knows, I am legitimately going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do 1/1 over 46 count, but I'm looking for a pattern that's tiny. I'm thinking like a Quaker pumpkin-y kind of thing. So if anybody can think of that, a pattern, message me or leave it down below and just let me know what you think, because I think it would be super cute. And I really want to do this for next year. I think she was so generous to have this like for us, like just giving this away to anybody who wanted to try. And I just feel like I really want to do it. For next year, I want to have something done that said I did 1/1 on 46 count. I probably never do it again. But I think if she's so generous to be sharing that with people, that the least I can do is to complete something by the time I come back next year. So if anybody knows of a cute little Quakery, Halloween-y pumpkin, something like that, that's monochromatic, because that I only have that color. I would absolutely love it. I would love to, any ideas, any suggestions would be fantastic. I do realize here that I have my little Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. She handed these out to everybody. Can I get close enough? Will it focus? Maybe. This is Elizabeth Ann because it's a little sticker. It's super, super, super cute. I love it. She was handing those out. It was fun to meet her. It was fun to meet everybody. Everybody was so lovely and wonderful, and it was just so fun. There's something about everybody getting together in person to talk about cross stitch. It's like this, like Flosstube and Instagram, but like better because you're all in person. It was absolute blast. I 100% cannot wait to go back next year. I had so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I have one more thing that was gifted to me. So this was from my friend Joanna that I sat with at my table, and it's silk. I don't know whose silk it is though, so I do apologize. I have no idea what kind of silk it is. She cut it off. She had a giant hank of both and just cut it off and put it on floss drops for me. That she just offered if I wanted to try silk, and I was like, well, that is so sweet of you. So I did take some. I'm going to look for a little pattern that I can make with those. It's so soft. Like the silk is so soft. I'll have to find something to do with those. Not sure what, but that's okay. Okay, so on to what I did for table gifts. So I actually, and I didn't take a picture. I don't know why. I had planned to take a picture. I made project bags for everybody. Now they were all different Canadian. They looked different. I had found Canadian fabric. I actually found that last year and bought a bunch of it. And I don't think I have any even to show you. So that's what I did. I made my what did I say last video? Made with love, not with skill, project bags. And all of these people are like sewers. I'm like, it's okay. You can just say someone who doesn't sew made it. I even found like the little Canadian flags on Amazon. I was very impressed with myself. So that's what I did for my table gift. I filled them with a little miniature Canadian chocolates. And I would say my table is half and half Canadian and half American. So it was kind of fun. But yeah, so that's what I did for my table gift. I had full plans when I had them all set up of actually taking a picture, and I never did because I didn't put them together until I got there. Like I had the bags, but I bought the chocolate like on my way. I had stopped and picked up like Canadian chocolate, like Coffee Crisp and Smarties and all that kind of stuff. Wonder Bar, just the stuff that you get in Canada. So, and apparently caramel. I did not know. I Googled what chocolate is only available in Canada, or I shouldn't say is not available in the States. It might be available somewhere else. And caramel was on there, and I always thought Americans had caramel. Anyway, it's all good. It was fun. And in my bag, I keep my Canadian sampler, which was actually my first start for Stitch North. This was my Stitch North start. It's Erin Elizabeth Designs Canadian sampler. And I did, we talked about it in the last video, I did convert to Gentle Arts. And a couple of DMCs. So I did Gentle Arts and a couple of DMCs. It is charted fully in DMC, but I like a little variegation, especially when the roofs and stuff. I find I like the variegated roofs. I did not change my fabric. That was a little bit up for discussion if I would find new fabric in, when I was there. I found lots of fabric, but I didn't end up changing what I did this on. So I'm doing it on 40 count lamb's wool, and that's still what I'm stitching it on. It is rough, which was sort of why it was up for debate, but I actually find in the nerge, as you can see, I didn't iron anything, so you can still see the hoop marks. I actually find it's fine in the nerge, so I decided to keep it. Here is my start. Let's see if I can get, I know my light's a little funky, I do apologize. So that is my Stitch North start. So I thought that was pretty good. I stitched some of it there and a little bit of it when I got home. I did, say I didn't, I I'm not sure if I really did a lot. I didn't do a lot of stitching, but I think I probably did a little bit more stitching than I actually anticipated doing, if that makes sense. So I did have a few times where I just sort of like sat and I'm like, no, I am stitching. This is it. The one thing that I will say is I spent almost no time in the hotel room, like literally 0 time. I said that to my husband. I'm like, the hotel is almost like, you need obviously a bed, but like it was sort of a waste. All that money I could have spent on cross stitch. Because I stayed, and I surprised myself, honestly. I stayed pretty much the whole time. Like I was there from like, it was open Friday and Saturday from 7 a.m. I think 8 a.m. until 11. And I stayed almost the whole time, both nights. And then on Sunday it's open until noon. And I was there, I think it was 7 a.m. until noon. And I got there about 8. By the time I got up and sort of like, or by after 4 nights of being up late. But honestly, like I was shocked at how much time I spent in the ballroom. Like I almost never left the ballroom. Like we went shopping, we went out to eat and stuff like that. So we did those types of things, but like to leave and to go and sit in my hotel room, I didn't do that at all. And I kind of expected I would, just because, I don't know, you're like, you get overwhelmed, right? It's loud and I didn't. I just had the time of my life. I had the absolute time of my life. It was wonderful. It was amazing. Amazing. Okay, now we're going to get into the haul / new starts, which is kind of haul as well. So my first thing that I purchased from Sheba Designs was a project bag. This was last year's. She had them on sale. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Her bags are beautiful. I did buy like 4. I couldn't help myself. This one came with a thread bed. This is the only other thread bed that I bought. And I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. And currently what's sitting in this project is my first new start. Well, no, technically Canadian Sampler was my first new start. This is my unplanned new start. And this is, I'm so excited. This is Santa's Patchwork Cloak by Lori Pengali of Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. So Lori was actually there and we got to meet her, which is really, really exciting. She's so sweet. She's like, I watched your Flosstube. And I was like, oh my gosh. It's really funny, like weirdly to meet like people that you watch or that watch you. It's a little surreal, but super fun. And so I think this is an exclusive through Evertote. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not on her website. So I think it's an exclusive through Evertote. There we go. Use your words, Alana. I'm going to give you a close-up of it. It is absolutely beautifully, oh, I love it. I love it. And so Evertote had this completely kitted up. So they had a floss pack, which I have taken out of the pack, and I put it on floss rings of the Roxy Floss Co. conversion. It's not actually a conversion. This is charted in Roxy Floss. Charted. And I think it's stitched on Panettone, which I ended up choosing something a little, like just different, not super different, but here's the floss. Here's the floss, the Roxy Floss Co. I have never used Roxy Floss before, and I am absolutely 100% sold. I feel like I could stitch every single project in it and never get tired of it. It is the most, oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. I don't know. It's just a really nice, I don't know how else to describe it. I feel like there's a better word than nice, but it's just like, I don't know. There's something about the texture of it that's just really easy to work with. It doesn't shed. Like, you know, some of them kind of get a little bit like fuzzy. It doesn't do that. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. And I did choose a fabric from Roxy. Now, this was a one-of-a-kind, and I don't know what it was meant to be originally. So they did have some really cool one-of-a-kind pieces. I will show you my progress on Patchwork Santa. So here's my progress. Let's see. I don't know if we're getting good colors here, so I apologize because I can't, to me, it doesn't look, the colors don't look fantastic. They don't look like they do in oh, there we go. There we go. That's it. And I absolutely loved it. This is a 36 count. I bought a whole, like whatever, what is it? Like an fat eighth? I don't know what you call them. I don't know. I'm not a quilter. So I will have another half because this will only come down, This will only come down to like here. So I have another chunk that I will do a different project in. I actually already have one in mind for the rest of this. Of course I do. So this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This was a one-of-a-kind fabric. The fabric is gorgeous. Again, never worked with Roxy fabric. It is absolutely, I love it. It's just so nice. Again, nice is, I feel like not the right word, but it's so nice. You know me, I like to touch and I like it to be soft. It's beautiful, beautiful. So I kitted that whole thing up right then and there. My seatmate beside me, her name is Nancy. It was her first Stitch North as well. And we went up to the Evertote like store. Like they had set up like a, yeah, I guess a little mini store in there. And it caught her eye right away. And I had gone, I'll show you what I got next, because I was going up for something else, because they had set up like these like panels with the samples stitched. And there was one, it was literally, I was just staring at it and I was like, I have to stitch, like I'm going to have to buy that, because it was just it caught my eye right away and I had to go get it. So we went up and I picked that one up, and it was the same like with the floss pack and everything together. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to stitch that too. I loved it so much. And it's just, I love how they have it set up where it's just like, oh, here's your floss pack and here's this, and pick your fabric. Some of them were kitted with the fabric, but most of them were like, it was the pattern and the floss. Then you could pick what fabric, depending on what you like to stitch on. She has Ada. She has absolutely everything. Carrie has everything you could ever imagine, every color you could ever imagine. It was amazing. So when Nancy grabbed that, I was like, oh, I'm going to need to stitch that. And so we bought everything. We came back to the table, and Joanne and Christine, they're the sisters, they had been shopping somewhere else. They're like, oh no. And they went and bought it too. So the four of us are stitching Patchwork Santa to Santa's Patchwork Cloak, together. So I thought that was really funny, because they were like, oh no, I need that too. And they like jumped up and bought it as well. So, you know, there was some really good enabling. Going on. There has a few other people have put out their floss tubes for, or their Flosstube sent Stitch North. I know Shiloh's, I just watched last night, and she talked a lot about all her new starts as well. And Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch did a really cute vlog style, which is really cute. I don't know, I watched a few of the people that went to weekend one, but I don't know that I watched a lot of people that went. I did work this weekend. I was on nights this weekend, so I'm a little bit like kerfuffly anyway. But yes, so I know there's a few girls that have done up their floss tubes since coming back, and a lot of new starts and a lot of shopping and a lot of everything, because it's a good time. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I went, I shouldn't say what I went for, but one of the patterns that I had seen on Roxy, like on their floss tube, Evertote's floss tube, was this pattern here, which is a heartstring samplery. I should take it out of the pack. I'll take it out. It's called Hibernation Day. And I saw them stitching it and I was like, oh, I really, really like that. And didn't they have the sample there? Done. I don't know if you're getting, it's so hard. Heartstring doesn't always have, because they're little, they don't always have the best, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, pictures on the front, I find. And I saw this, and I know other people have stitched it, and I was just like, I'm gonna have to stitch that. And it was sitting there, and they had it converted to all Roxy floss. So it does call for gentle art. So that's what it calls for, is gentle art. And they kitted it. I'm not going to get that back in, so I'm going to do that later. And so it came like this. So you pick up the little floss pack. And I decided to do it on, this is Speculoos. Speculoos? Sorry, not Dutch. Again, I don't know if you guys are getting this great. I feel like my lighting is not spectacular. It's just like a really nice neutral. And it's going to be long, so it's going to take up the whole thing. Like it's going to go like this way. And I might end up with some like over here that I could use for smalls, but for the most part, it's going to take up the vast. Caroline did a quick like little calculation for me because she thought I'd have to buy a half a yard. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. So this is like does it actually say? This is a quarter yard. So this is a quarter yard. And it's pretty. This is 40 count. So the other one I bought was a 36, and I just really liked it. It had just, the one of a kind just had some really neat like modeling in it. And I was like, oh, I like that one. And those are the only fabrics that I did buy from Roxy. I did buy some other fabric. I can't get this to fold back up the way it was. So we're just going to put this over here, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to put this over here. Okay. Now I have just a random thread. Who knows where that came from? Earlier today, I knocked over my garbage. Do you think I fixed that? No, I have not. It's still all under my desk. All garbage. Okay, so the next little bit of shopping that I did was hand dyed by Rolanda. And I did pick up, so one of my plans to start this year is going to be Dasher and Dancer by Hobby House Press. Now, we have a tentative date. It's not tentative. The date is booked for us to go to Hobby House. My table mates, Joanne and Christine, are going to the retreat at the Hobby House in October 25th, I think is that weekend. And then me and another friend that I met up there, Amanda, we are going to meet them up there and stay for they're going to come early. We're going to stay for a couple of days, have a couple of days together, a day or two, not a couple, probably only one really day together to stitch and shop. And then they're going to go, and then we're going to split because Amanda is going to Brampton for Evertote's October 1, and then I'm going to just go back home because I'm not going to any more retreats this year. But I did pick this up to do Dasher and Dancer. I don't have a picture of Dasher and Dancer, but I saw this and I thought it was awesome. It's 50 yards and it's Ruby Whisper is what it's called. And I just thought that is going to be fantastic. I don't know what I'm going to stitch it on yet. I do have a few fabrics that I picked up from Rolanda as well, but I really liked this. I was super tempted to get some of her silk because they're very lovely. I just wasn't sure what to stitch with them. I wasn't sure. Anyway, I got a big hank of that, and I have a smaller hank of that because this is actually the same color that I got in our swag bag. So that's perfect. So I'm going to do Dasher and Dancer in this. I do not know. I won't buy it till October, so I probably won't start it until then. I might start it that weekend actually. And then I don't know the fabric yet, but I will show you some of the fabric that I purchased. So I purchased this linen. This is ivory, and it's a 40 count. Oh, 40 count. And it's just like the half yard. It's like, I don't know if you're going to be able to get the modeling. It's like a little creamy color. I don't know if you're going to get that. Can I go over here? No, it's not gonna make a difference. It's just this, like me, I just like neutral fabrics. Like that's what I like to stitch on. So this is a 40 count. It's lovely. It's got some nice modeling. It's more of a creamy color than anything else. And it's very, very pretty. I have no idea what I'm gonna stitch on it, but I have it. Then I bought, this fabric is called Verdal, V-E-R-D-A-L. And I just have never touched anything like it. It's like, it's 40 count, but it's almost like an even weave 40 count. It's so soft. So this is in the colorway Parchment. So I got a big ol' hunk of this. Again, no idea what I'm going to stitch on any of it. So this is Parchment. And this is, what size is this? This is just half a yard. It's 17 by 26, so who knows what that is. So there we go. I wonder if I can switch it and see. I feel like, I know, sorry, my light is not spectacular. Beautiful. Like, it is like the nicest feeling. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like, it looks like, I have to look over my glasses because I'm old, but it does look, it's almost like an even weave, but it's 40 count. And I love the Fabric Flare even weave in 36 count. So I just love it. And then I got the exact same stuff in the same, sorry, hair, I can feel it, in the same size in Iced Coffee. And there it is. Again, I don't think I don't think the colors are quite doing it justice. I don't think the lighting is doing it justice. But beautiful. Just neutral. Like, that's my thing. I'm a neutral girl. I want to stitch on all the fancy colors, but I'm never going to because I just don't. And that's okay. So those are my fabrics that I purchased. And the other thing I purchased was bags. I did purchase four of the Sheba design bags. One I showed you. The next one has one of my whips in it, so I'll show you the bag. Actually, I should have taken the stuff out of the bag. Oops. There we go. I'll show you the bag. And then I'll show you my whip that I've got going here. So this is the bag. It's beautiful. This is the back. The birdies. Isn't it so pretty? And this is the front. And I put in here At Home by Brenda Gervais. So, and I have done some progress on At Home by Brenda Gervais. Now, I did stitch a tiny bit of this at the retreat. This was one of the things that I stitched on. I started some of the mortar in the bricks. This is on a piece of, oh, I don't think you're going to be able to see it here. I'll go up close so you can see all of the mortar is done, and I've started on the bricks just a little bit. Tiny. I'll take it back here. Sorry guys, the light just isn't working for me today. But I did finish all the mortar in this. Now I have stitched on this since I came home. I started it, the roof was done, and so I started on the mortar when I was at Stitch North and came home and finished it and filled in the windows and the door frame. I am stitching this on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. It is the called for fabric with all of the called for flosses. So here's it's combination. It's Weeks, it's Classic Colorworks, it's Gentle Arts, it's a couple of DMCs. So professional. I never put my DMCs on floss drops. So there's my DMCs and my messy flosses. I do apologize for that. Messy. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. That took me quite a while to get all that mortar done. But now I feel like once it's done, all that counting is done. You're literally just filling them in. It is a very almost a tone on tone. Like it's like you can see. So here's the pattern. Oh, I didn't take it out of the plastic. So that house is very neutral, like super neutral. And I do really like it. Like I like it. I'm not opposed to it. But stitching it, you're almost stitching it like, it's almost the same color as the fabric. At least for my fabric it is. So yeah, that's the only thing. So it's a little bit of a strain on your eye. For me. I mean, everything is a strain on my eye, so there's that. But, okay, I shut my bag. So this is my beautiful bag by Sheba Designs. Beautiful bag number 2. I have a few more beautiful bags to show you. I just was like, I saw her stuff and I was like, I need to buy all the things. That's how my brain worked. That's how my brain worked at Stitch North. So the third bag that I bought, I am actually housing my birth sampler for my new baby granddaughter, who I'm not going to show it to you because I haven't done any more work on it. But this is it here. And I love the fabric. It has the faith bigger than fear. And then it has the amazing Grace. And that will be her middle name, will be Grace, which is my daughter's middle name and my mom's name and my great grandma's. It's everybody's name. There's a lot of Graces in the family. And look at this. It has Smith on it. I just thought that was so cute. It has a little bit of everybody on here. So yeah, I really liked that. It was beautiful. Beautiful bag. So I bought that and put the baby sampler in there. I haven't worked on it at all. I brought it with me actually, but I didn't get any work done on it. So last bag that I bought does not have a whip in it. I just want to show it to you because it's so cute. Look, it's bunnies. Now somebody said, I think Christine said that is Teresa Kogut fabric. Well, I didn't know that. I'm not great with fabrics. I'm not a quilter. So I don't always know fabrics. I never know fabrics. Like I would never know a designer of a fabric. But I loved this because I have picked up a few Easter projects that I thought would, like smaller ones that I thought would look really, really cute in there. So that is my last bag that I purchased. And I have one more whip that I worked on while I was at Stitch North. And it is Fall on the Farm. Now I didn't do a ton, but I did work on it. So I'm gonna show it because I worked on it. I didn't get a ton done. I worked on this on the Thursday, and then I worked on this on the Sunday a little bit. On the Thursday night, this is the one thing that I worked on. Oh, I've got a thread. Hang on, excuse me. So I'm working on the block 8, and so you can't really see the white. There we go. So I got the roof and the white done, and I fill in a little bit of that barn. The barn's gonna be red. And so here is my, not super different from the last time I showed it, to be honest, but I did get some done. It's very cute. I have high hopes I'm going to get that done before the fall. Now, I just dropped floss everywhere. Can't, oh, there it is. You can't take me anywhere. So those were the things that I worked on, the things that I started, the things that I bought, which is so fun. And I think that's all. Now I'm going to do the giveaways from last week. Now, I am going up to visit my parents for a couple of days this week, so I will not get these in the mail until next week. I just want you to know that I'm not going to forget about them, but if you message me back today or tomorrow, whenever this video goes up, honestly, I'm hoping tonight, fingers crossed, I will not be able to get anything in the mail to anybody until next week. So just so we know, because I'm not going to be here. So, here are the giveaways from last week and the winners of the giveaways from last week. I think that's everything besides that I have to show you, everything that I've worked on. So let's jump into the giveaways. So the very first number 1 was July 1st by Shannon Christine Designs. And the winner of this is, I wrote them down because I'm not very good at putting stuff up on the screen. So I just wrote down the name. It's Sheila Loves Greg 3489. So that is, if you are Sheila and you love Greg, please send me an email. My email is linked below. It is Mrs.SmithStitches Flosstube@gmail.com. I do have it linked in the description box. So Mrs.SmithStitches Flosstube, all one word, no dots, no nothing, @gmail.com. Send me your address and I will send that out to you next week. The number 2 was Freedom by Twin Peak Primitives. And the winner of Freedom is Joanna Seeger 5271. Seeger is spelled, or it's Joanne, JOANNESEEGER 5271. Again, please send me an email at that address. Number 3 was, it was this, right? With My Needle. Yes. Number 3 was With My Needle. I just wanted to double check to make sure I've got the right numbers to the right patterns. And the winner of With My Needle is Mary Ann Johnson 5410. So it's MaryAnnJohnson 5410. Again, please send me your information. I'll get that out to you. The next one is Dear Friend, also by Blackbird Designs. And the winner of that is Stampin' Cass. STAMPINCASS. So if you're Stampin' Cass, send me an email, please. Number 5 was the Stony Creek Great Outdoors. And the winner of that is K Lowry 4188. So KAYLOWRY 4188. So Kay, if that's you, please give me a message and I'll send that out to you. And the very last one was the Caterpillar Cross Stitch kit. And the winner of this is AJ Borthwick. So it's AJBORTHWICK 7239. Everybody had numbers after their name today. So if you are AJ, come send me a message and I will get all of those out to you one day next week. As soon as I can. I'm not working next Monday, so I'm hoping that that's my day that I get stuff done. Although I'm not working today, and today is Monday, and I got nothing done. So there you go. I did get to play with my grandbaby, and that is more important. But that's about all I accomplished today. But I have finished this video. This video is finished. It will not be edited. There will be no pictures. There will be nothing. It's going to go up as soon as humanly possible onto YouTube, and that's going to be the end of it. So I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try. We're just going to go with it. It's au naturel. So thank you. Thank you if you have stuck along for this entire hour. Thank you so much for sticking around and listening to me ramble on and on about Stitch North. I hope I remembered everything because I've now filmed parts of this a number of times. I'm a little bit afraid that I've left stuff out. So if I left stuff out, I'm really, really sorry. I hope that I remembered everything. I had a fantastic time meeting everybody. It was so fun. My table was absolutely fantastic. They were welcoming and loving and wonderful. And we're already, you know, have a group chat going and are super excited to meet up with people later in the year. So I think that's super fun. We all have registered for next year. So yay us, that's very exciting. As well as I'm pretty sure that the 2 Bay Stitchers, at least Michelle, is coming next year as well. So I'm super excited to meet them in person too. I've only ever chatted with them online. So that is super fun. And thank you so much. And I think that's everything for my video today. I will be back probably the first week of June. May, I feel like I say this, I know I say it every month, forget I feel like it, is just crazy. Between baby showers and some family visits and work, I don't even know if I'll get any, I'll get some stitching done, but I'm not convinced I'll get a lot accomplished in May. So I am going to go back to sort of a monthly schedule, at least for May. We'll see what happens in June. But yeah, so the plan for May is, or the plan for my next video will be in about 4 weeks. So hopefully I'll have lots of fun stuff to show you. I think that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.